This is the Gaming Buzz Podcast, where ranting about video games somehow equals content.
Hello and welcome to episode 27 of Gaming Buzz. My name's Jacob.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Jason.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Good.
We've got a bit of news, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit. So, Jason, you guys may remember him from episode 15 of Gaming Buzz, where he came on the show and talked with us about RPGs, right? And we nerded out about RPGs way too much, right?
You never nerd out enough.
And what we recently decided was that Jason would be moving on to become a permanent host on the Gaming Buzz podcast. And you may be wondering, where's Darian? Where's Darian? Where's my favorite Gaming Buzz host?
There can only be one beard man.
Yeah. Okay, so no one actually is thinking where's their favorite, because he's no one's favorite. But Darian's going to actually be moving to a brand new show we've started called the Turbo Button Show. It's a show that he and I will be doing, and it's going to be us covering video game news stories and current events in gaming, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So check that out. So we're going to get started, guys. Okay? Hi, Christian.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm messing around.
I wanted to talk with you guys about Overwatch, because I know both of you play some Overwatch, and who doesn't love Overwatch? Overwatch is fun, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's a redundant question. Of course it is.
Absolutely. I love Overwatch, and I'm sure you guys do too.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things about Overwatch is the characters in the game. They're really unique. Their art is really nice. Some of them play really, really fun. I got to thinking, how would we order the Overwatch characters? Not from best to worst in like a competitive tournament sense, but from our favorite, ignore that, to least favorite. Let's do that. Okay?
It's a lot of things to order.
Yeah, there are a lot of characters in Overwatch, but we're going to go through them and just talk about which ones we like, which ones we don't like. Okay? So we're going to go from the official list, the official list that Blizzard has published for Overwatch. If you look when you're selecting a character, we're going to go right from the left to the right. Nice and easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that means we have to start with Genji. Genji's a cyborg ninja dude, kind of, right?
Brother of Hanzo.
Have you guys played as him? Do you like him?
I do like his quick speed, his double jumps. His reflect is amazing.
His reflect is really, really good, and it is the ultimate counter to Bastion. Bastion players are terrified of him because that's a lot of bullets being reflected really, really quickly. But I don't think he's one of the best characters in the game. I think he's good, but not perfect. I think his actual damage output is really low. That's one of the things that kind of hurts him. And just talking personally, I don't really enjoy playing as him. What do you guys think? Do you like playing as him?
I've never played as Genji.
His 3-round burst is his strongest move, and the 3-round burst can 2-burst people down.
Christian?
Like I said,
Never played as Genji.
Yeah, I've never played as Genji.
Why not?
Because I never had.
Though with Genji, if you get close enough to Hanzo, you can reflect his dragon arrow right back at the enemy team.
Oh.
It's insanely hard to do, but it can happen.
I have not seen it, but now I want to. I'm not going to be the one doing it, but I want to see it happen. If you had to rate him on a scale of 1 to 10, how would each of you rate him? Christian, you don't apply in this one because you've never played it.
Well, I can say he looks pretty good, so a 10.
So artistically, you rate him a 10.
Yes.
What about you, Jason?
Probably pretty close to middle.
Yeah, I'd give him a 5 out of 10, I think. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next character. Let's talk about McCree. It's high noon.
Until someone blows him away.
McCree is, to me, a bit overrated. His high noon's hard to use. At least I haven't figured out how to use it. His fan the hammer is his best move, but that got nerfed. Still really good, but still.
I played as him pre-nerf, and he was worth all the hype. He was very, very, very good. Post-nerf, he's more in the middle when it comes to strength compared to other characters. One of his big issues, though, is he does not take a lot of damage. You know, he's got decent damage output, but he can't take any.
Takes more than Tracer.
That is true, but not by much. I do really like his design. I think he's one of the best designed characters in Overwatch. He's really interesting looking. And, I mean, he created a meme. It's high noon.
Just put it up over with the Shulk meme also.
What have your guys' experiences been with playing as him?
I'm pretty terrible at him. If I could figure out how to use his High Noon, I'd be better. But without his High Noon, I can't do it. Fan the hammers all the way.
I actually, when I did try playing as him, I actually had a lot of trouble with Roadhog players being able to stun him out of his ultimate using their, I forget what the move's called, but the grappling hook thing.
Right.
And that just destroys him. I don't think he's a perfect character, but he's fun for a change of pace, but I would not main him. I'd give him 6 out of 10.
For me, I've barely played as him also, but I don't like his play style. It's kind of slow for me. Just his ultimate, I can't figure out how to do it either. It's just like, okay, ultimate, cool. But I would just give him, like, for personal play, like 3. And that's it.
I was going to say I'd probably put him at a 4 or 5.
So next we have Farah. I mean, Samus.
Okay.
Come on, she totally is meant to be Samus from Metroid. Do you guys see it?
I don't, but
I mean, the suit looks very similar, like scarily similar, and she's got an arm cannon, and she's Samus. Come on.
Farrah's rockets are her strong suit. I still can't figure out how to stay up in the air long enough or actually have a team decent enough to get the 4 kills required for her achievement. But I do enjoy her always being jumped up high and
I don't enjoy playing as her, but my main character I do play as is Mercy. And Mercy and Farah make one of the scariest combos in the entire game. Because Farah can fly, right?
And Mercy can hover right next to her.
And Mercy can hover right next to her, so you basically have a near invincible tank in the sky shooting down hell on everyone below. It's a very cool combo, and they synergize really well. So I like playing with Farah players. Now,
For my experience, I really love Farah. Yes, I agree, it looks like Samus, but Samus with wings. Just shooting from the air or just rockets in general, that's pretty fun to use. And then her ultimate is pretty cool as long as you don't get shot down, of course. And then you can do so many cool things, especially with like the Mercy combo. I give it a 10.
I'd give her probably like a 6.5 out of 10.
I'd probably give her an 8.
All right. So it seems like we do pretty much all agree that she's a pretty cool character. You guys know who's next? Reaper. Reaper is one of the coolest looking characters in Overwatch. He just is. He's very aggressive, right? And he can teleport around the place. He's a very interesting character.
But he dies super quick.
He does. Absolutely. He's a glass cannon.
I've activated my special so many times and either not killed anybody due to a Reinhardt shield or just gotten shot out of it instantly.
I don't like playing as Reaper, but my friend Dalton does, and he's pretty good as him.
I agree. He's legit.
Reaper needs support, though. I really do feel that way. He can either work as a distraction on his own, pulling resources away from the other team, but if he wants to be a part of a full frontal force, he needs to be with some good support characters.
And he needs to rely on those heal orbs that drop.
Mm-hmm. but he's good. He's definitely good. I'm gonna go with a 6. 6.66 out of 10.
A 7. Lucky 7.
I'd put him right around 6 or 7 as well.
Okay. Next, we have Soldier 76.
Now, I have not seen any of the promotional videos, but why is he called Soldier 76? Is he literally the 76th soldier of the Overwatch group, or is it just code name?
From his origin video, I believe it's just his code.
His code?
It's because the first 75 all went on vacation.
His origin story didn't do much to really explain where he came from, other than the fact that he's still a hero.
What I call him is Call of Duty Man.
Okay, I think everybody does.
He's the easiest to play.
He's the easiest to play, and he's the gateway character, for people coming from games like Call of Duty. I mean, there's a reason he's the tutorial character that you play as. He makes sense. He's easy to use, but as a consequence of that, he's kind of boring. I mean, his healing thing, what would you call that? It's almost like a turret, but it just does healing for the surrounding area, is really useful and actually can help out a team that's lacking other support characters. But he's not very great, and I think his ultimate's kind of lame.
I mean, he's your best all-around character for those who, people that play him well in online or ranked is just pretty amazing, because then you have the rocket missiles, which do a pretty good amount of damage. You can finish off somebody like that. You can do like your ultimate and then just throw some rockets out there too.
Which work with it.
Mm-hmm.
That auto aim actually affects the rockets as well.
In Overwatch, they have the weekly brawl thing. And one of the first ones they did, it was called We're All Soldiers Now. And everyone was stuck playing as Soldier 76. And it was one of I played it for maybe 4 rounds. And it was one of the worst experiences I've ever had with Overwatch. It was boring. It was frustrating. It just wasn't fun. And it really shows, you need that balance for the game to be fun. I'd rate him like a 3 out of 10. I really... if there was one character I'd have to lose from the roster, it would not be him, but he'd be pretty close down that line. 3 out of 10.
I give him right around a 5 or a 6.
Same here, 5 or 6.
So I'm a little bit more negative than you guys are on it, but you kind of feel where I'm coming from?
I can see it. Just he's easily one of the better characters that you can use.
So Tracer. Tracer.
Special needs cavalry. I'm sorry. That's how it sounds like.
I like Tracer. I like playing as her. She's fun to play as. But most of all, I like her character. I like her character. I like the voice actress who voices her. I think they did a really good job fleshing out who Tracer is. Because, she's the poster child of Overwatch. She is Overwatch's Pikachu. She needs to be likable.
Even at the very beginning of the game, they talk about it. The chronal capacitor that Winston is putting together is for Tracer. It's what she wears on her chest to keep her from being a ghost. Otherwise, she is in between dimensions, between life and death.
Right. And the funny thing about that, she's constantly optimistic about it. She's a happy-go-lucky character, despite being in a relatively bad situation.
I mean, why wouldn't you be optimistic she can teleport and go back in time a little bit?
That is pretty cool. And, that comes across really well in gameplay as well. And, man, is she fun to play as.
I am a Tracer player. She is the main person I do like to play as. Because if played right, you can teleport around people. Like a Reinhardt with his shield, teleport past him, stay behind him, he turns around, your team can shoot him. Rewinds time, get back behind him, repeat the process, you can take out tanks like nothing.
The best part about teleporting back is that you getting a little bit of health and your ammo back, so you can surprise people.
She's really, really good, especially against the tank characters. She is the game's anti-tank character, hands down. That's her job. She can get in there fast, get out.
Her problem stems from the damage output for how much health she has, I don't think she does quite enough damage unless you're getting headshots.
Right. And I'm kind of okay with that. I don't want her to be super powered because, combine that with being poster child of the game, everyone would be playing as her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's really nicely balanced for what you get, and I think she's still one of the best characters to play as. I'd give her an 8.5 out of 10. I really like her. I like playing as her when I'm feeling like playing an offensive character. She's the one I always go to.
She ends up being a 10 on my list.
9, 10, 11, 12. Go up.
So pretty high.
Yeah.
Okay. So next we're on to some of the defense characters. Let's start with Bastion.
Pretty cool robot. Pew, pew, pew. And then tank and boom, boom.
So, I used to think that Bastion was super OP, and he still really is, but there are so many counters to Bastion. A good Tracer can get behind him, a Roadhog can chain him out of anything that he's in, a good Sniper can take him out. There's just so many different counters to him.
When the game first came out and players really hadn't figured out a lot of those counters yet, he was much more powerful than he is now without having any of his stats changed or anything. It's just people have gotten smarter about him because in the beginning, yeah, he was scary. And I've actually rarely seen people use him as of late because, people know how to deal with him. And part of that is knowing the layout of the maps really, really helps against Bastion. The more experience you are with a map, the more you know where Bastions are probably going to be and your ways to get around them. That being said, Bastion is still a great character. Even if he did not have the ability to transform into the most OP turret ever invented, he'd still be a great character. And his ultimate is very fun. It's ridiculously fun to actually pull that off and just murder everyone. And he can heal himself, which is really useful. So I like him. You guys like him?
Yeah. Pretty cool robot.
I just don't play him often.
Right. I don't play him very often anymore, but I used to play a lot of him. He's really good. I don't find him to be that good on a team that's defending something because you're going to want to be stationary. But, doing a little bit of run and gun as him actually does work. And then, when your team is pushing into a spot that the other team is defending, just setting down as a turret and just annihilating everything really helps.
A very good combo is the Reinhardt Bastion combo.
Mm-hmm.
Reinhardt sits in front, and then Bastion's just like, pew, 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 pew.
That's how you do it. I really like him. So.
Oh, by the way, and just put a Mercy with the damage buff. There we go.
Oh yes, that is very fun too. I enjoy doing that.
Bastion fits a solid 8 on my list.
Yeah, somewhere around 8. Yeah, definitely.
8 mate. 8.
We're all in agreement. Next is Hanzo. Hanzo's kind of an iffy one in my opinion.
I like the concept. He's just so hard to use.
He's definitely one of the hardest characters to use in Overwatch. His ultimate is arguably the best in the game. It can just obliterate an entire team super easily, and it lasts a long time. It's very good, but he's very difficult to use. And, a lot of people try and play him as a sniper. No. If you're going to play a sniper, play Widowmaker, please. Please. That's not really the role he fits. He fits not quite as a sniper, but a medium ranged character. Yes, he's great. I like him, but I can't play as him.
Neither can I.
I've never played as Hanzo.
Hanzo's playstyle alone for me puts him at a 4.
I'd put him right at the same actually.
For looking pretty good, I'll give him a 10.
He does look really nice, but every Overwatch character looks really nice. Their character design team They need some awards because they did a wonderful job. Are you ready to move on to the next character then? Junkrat. Man, oh man, is he a fun one.
I have been destroyed by Junkrats, but I have not played with them long enough to use the RAP tire.
I've played with him a little bit, but I have more experience supporting him as a character because alongside Reaper, I'd say he's Dalton's main character that he plays as, and he is my Overwatch buddy. Him and I play Overwatch together more than I play with anyone else. And he's very good at Junkrat, and Junkrat is really, really good at breaking apart teams that are huddled together. That's one of his specialties, especially with his ultimate. It's ridiculous. He punishes players for being close together. And he's pretty cool, and I like his design. I like his voice, and I think he's one of the funniest characters in Overwatch. Right? How do you feel?
Well, I still yet to play him, but I've seen Dalton play him. He looks very trolly, like my nature. And I'll eventually play it. Don't worry. But I if I have to rate him right now, I'll probably give him a 10, just because the playstyle of screwing with people is
He
so
looks
good.
sexy.
It looks sexy, yes. Them abs.
Maybe if you didn't spend every single game of Overwatch playing as Diva.
We're not there yet, so just hold up.
Just based on Junkrat's trolling abilities, I would put him still in the mid-range, 5 or 6.
I think he's a clever character, and I'm starting to see more people play as him, which is kind of interesting. Like, as the game is changing, it actually has a meta, what's into play as right now.
Well, when your tire can crawl a wall.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that tire breaks the laws of physics. So, definitely worth a pretty high score. 7s, 7.5, 10 in Christian's case, right?
Troll level so high.
Ready to move on? May. May is the Ice Queen.
You can say she's pretty cool.
You need to chill out, dude.
And
There's nothing I love more than seeing a team of 6 Mays that all are just standing in their spawn and just typing ice puns and then just moving whenever they need to. It's funny. May is a very interesting support character. Her ice walls are nice, right?
they are.
Mm-hmm.
Limited because the vehicle you're transporting can still go through it.
She's tricky. She's one of the more skill-orientated characters in there.
Her secondary is what sells her.
Absolutely.
Her secondary with the icicle bolt, can get a solid headshot on somebody and kill them.
Absolutely. And with the fact that you can slow them down using her primary fire, slow them down just enough to make that easy and just pick them off.
But she does have a self-heal with her ice block as well, so...
She's a well-rounded, what type of character is she?
Defense.
Well-rounded defense character.
She's defense because primarily I think she was classified defense because of the ice walls. But you really could make an argument of putting her in almost any category. She's a very balanced character in that regard. You could argue she's a support character with the fact that she can slow opponents down to help out her teammates. You can argue she's offensive because her ice spike is ridiculous. I don't think you could argue she's a tank character.
That's the one thing you can't.
No.
But go ahead.
That's special. It's so damn good. Just
She's fun.
oh my gosh, I've played it. She's like my third main down in the list of my personal list. And besides saying it's a cool character, no pun intended on this one actually. Just the ability of you can even help other players get into higher positions that can't pretty much like Widowmaker. She can like grapple hook all the way to the top of the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can have like, for example, a Tracer get up there with like an ice block. Just now Tracer's up there just messing around.
There's no point to her being up there, but sure.
But you never know. She can just mess around.
I'd give her a 6.
I put her at a 7 or an 8.
Christian?
7.9.
Whoa.
Also, just a whole team of maze to cool off your opponents.
All right, I might butcher his name. Trubjorn?
Trubjorn.
Dwarf.
That turret is just ridiculous. The turret set up in the back of the map in the right area just dominates people.
They absolutely do.
I've had almost a 20 kill streak with a turret.
Especially when you do when you're playing with the payload and you're on the defending team, he single-handedly can stop games if you put his turret in the right spot.
It's too bad you can't put it on walls like you can Symmetra's turrets. Because otherwise I'd have it like I'd crawl up a wall and I'd just like put it on the side so it would just be shooting down.
So besides his turrets, what else does he have going for him?
He can throw them shields for everybody.
Yeah, the shields are ridiculously good.
They're really good, and I find they really help your offensive characters and your support characters.
You don't need to get right on top of them for it to come to you. You got to just get close.
I don't think the tank characters really need them, but especially your support characters, I think see a huge benefit from having those because typically their health is not so great. Besides Winston, they're good though. He's really, really fun. I'm not very good at him, but I can appreciate someone who is.
It doesn't take much to be good with Trubjorn at all.
The one criticism I do have, I find his ultimate to be kind of underwhelming.
If used right, it's not, because that turret at level 3 just wrecks people faster than level 2 turret does, and it gains health in the process. And it's an instant upgrade.
Right, and that does play into it, but it's not something that really excites me. So I guess that's why I don't play as him. He's not my type of character.
That's my type of character, though. Second main.
I'm going to give him 5.999.
Okay.
I give him a solid 7.
Christian?
A solid 7, too.
Okay, that's pretty good. Then we have Widowmaker.
Never played as her. Just
All right.
pointing it out right now.
I'm just going to give my score and then give my reasons. She gets a 1. Okay, first of all, I'm a terrible sniper, so I'm not going to play as her. And nothing angers me more than getting sniped. I get why she's there, and she's got her purpose, but man, does it suck to be on the receiving end of one of her bullets.
And I actually do like Widowmaker. I just wish her grappling hook could actually grapple a character and pull you close.
That would be pretty cool.
Or pull them close, not so much like, more so you closer to them. Because otherwise it'd be closer to a Roadhog hook. So if you can get in close range, her main weapon is a machine gun.
Right.
So
It's a pretty good assault rifle, I'd say. She's okay. I don't like her, though. I really don't. And her backstory is the best part of her, though. That's really interesting stuff.
What's her backstory?
She's got a lot of history with several Overwatch characters, the big one being Ana. They've got some history, right?
Yep. So
Not going to spoil that. Go find it for yourself, Christian.
I don't feel like it.
if they ever release more on it, I am pretty certain that Widowmaker, both her and Tracer, have a lot to do with everything that's happened in Overwatch. Because Widowmaker's now had run-ins with 2 or 3 characters that weren't able to kill her or stop her.
Right.
It's definitely interesting, so we got to wait and see. Come on, Blizzard, get us some more stuff. We want more character. We want that stuff. What are your guys' ratings for her, though? Because, I gave mine. It wasn't very good. I don't like her.
I put her at a 4 or 5.
5 and 6. Too much butt.
Now we move on to everyone's favorites, the tank characters. We're going to start with Diva. Jason, I want you to start us off because I know you got some interesting opinions.
I don't like Diva. I haven't played her since she got, fixed. But I have so many problems with Diva. I'm told the fixes made her better, but, Defense Matrix was a piece of crap. Her damage just was not there for me. I was getting rocked by other people's Divas from a distance. I couldn't do the same thing to save my life. As soon as she hops out of it, she's dead again.
So, Christian,
What?
let's talk about your favorite character, Diva.
Okay. What do I talk about? Where do I start?
Why do you like Diva?
Oh, well,
She's sexy.
besides that point, that's out there in some other discussion. Just I like mechs a lot, and I know her damage output is not that good, but her health, Jesus Christ, just a lot.
She gets a lot of armor, a lot of health, and the fact that she can, technically when she's dead, she's still alive because she ejects.
Yep.
And can move around still.
But her pistol is way more powerful than her tank, actually. It's just like you can kill people from far away pretty well.
So you're telling me I need to die in the tank form in order to do anything with D.Va?
Yeah, but then you get your tank back, and then you're just like, pew, 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 and then just blow it up again.
I had a really interesting experience actually yesterday when I was playing as Mercy, and I ended up stranded alone with a D.Va player from the other team who was outside her suit. We were both just running around a pillar, shooting our pistols at each other, trying to kill each other. She won. Her defense matrix was the worst part of her. It was one of those things where you see the potential, but it sucked. Her ultimate is the ultimate anti-defense measure of all of Overwatch.
Especially with that buff that just came out.
Yep. I was playing yesterday. We were defending a point, and a D.Va player launched her mech into self-destruct mode, launched it at us, and the D.Va player got a team kill. She killed all 6 of us at once. That's kind of crazy. Her ultimate's very, very good.
Especially when you can, shift. You can fly your mech and then just let it go.
Yep, you can literally send a bomb anywhere. And I think she's going to see a lot more play. First of all, she got a nice boost. And second of all, I think people are really starting to see the use of her. How useful she can be. I'm going to give her a 7 for gameplay and a 9 for character design because I really like how D.Va looks.
Oh, we already know what Christian thinks of her. No, I give her a 3 or a 4. I don't see it, but I haven't played her since the fix.
100.
It's out of 10.
Out of 10.
You go, oh, okay, 200. Next, then, I guess we have Reinhardt.
3,000 out of 10, man.
No, it's I like his shield, but I can't play as him. I've tried to ram people on the walls. I just can't do it. I die so often with Reinhardt. It's not funny.
Oh, it's funny when you do his shift thing, when you just run someone from the other side and just take them with them out of the map. Best part.
Until you run into a Tracer.
Yeah, until that happens.
Reinhardt is destroyed by Tracer. But we talked earlier about how Mei was a really good troll character.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen troll until you see a team of 6 Reinhardts in a straight line with their shields up in a small corridor. That is the ultimate troll.
Just protecting the payload from all the corners, just like, you can't beat us.
That's how you do it. And that's very funny. I've played as Reinhardt before, and I actually do really like playing as him. He's not my favorite, but he's pretty easy to use. Here's the thing. Anyone can play as Reinhardt and block damage.
Right.
The thing that separates a bad Reinhardt player from a good Reinhardt player is how they utilize his other abilities. His melee swing is very powerful, but needs to be at close range. He's got, his shift or whatever it is on console. You console plebs using whatever button it is to slam enemies into walls for basically one-hit KOs. And he's got his, I don't know what you call that, when he swings his hammer and it creates a small projectile that's completely useless.
I shut up. It's pretty good.
I've been wasted by that shockwave.
Absolutely. And his ultimate is, although it doesn't do crazy damage or anything, it's very useful when your team's pushing for game. So I like him quite a bit. How do you guys feel about him?
Catchphrase. That's the only thing I have to say.
Just like D.Va, I give him a 3 or a 4.
I'd give him I'd go 7.5. I like him quite a bit.
11.
Christian, stay on scale, Christian.
10. There you go.
All right. Next, we have Roadhog. Roadhog is awesome.
I do really like Roadhog. His special is a bit hard to use because it's hard to control.
Mm-hmm.
Once it gets going, it's all over the place.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of knockback to it.
Right. Which, I mean, it makes sense for what it is, but it's insanely hard to get the kills required for his achievement.
His grappling hook is the greatest part of Overwatch. If you're on the team that's using it, if you're at the receiving end of it, oh, what a troll!
I've seen videos where Roadhog just falls off the map and takes you with him. It's pretty legit and pretty hilarious.
It's one of the 3 characters that can stop your special that I can think of.
Who
Maybe
are the
4.
other two? I can think of him, Anna. Who else?
The flashbang
Ah, yes.
can knock you out of it. From, I think it was McCree.
Yep.
Yeah, his flashbang can knock you out of your special as well.
And I don't know. Can you count Genji's reflection?
Not really. It doesn't knock you out of your special. You're
Right.
still in your special.
But it can be used as a counter to it.
Right.
So. He's pretty cool, and he can heal himself, which is
For a lot.
a lot. Absolutely. For a tank character, that's really important. And he's very aggressive for a tank character, which is really nice. What do you guys think of him, number-wise?
Of
7.
of the tanks, I would put him at a 7 or an 8.
I put him at a 6. I like him, but I don't know, I got bored with playing as him, but he's still really cool.
I like his little heal thing he can do once in a while. It's pretty good. That's the only thing I have for him.
Next, we have Winston. Winston is one of the most criminally underplayed characters in the game.
Because he's terrible.
Well, yeah. But
Of all the other abilities you can get from the other characters, Winston, outside of his special, is probably one of the weakest characters you can play.
he needs a buff.
He needs some way to get himself in close range and deal more damage. Because right now, his special is all there is.
He's got a lot of potential. And, the fact that he can set down shields for others to use in some cases can be really, really useful. He actually does synergize decently well with Tracer. But I like him more character-wise and story-wise because, he's the mad scientist. He's the cool dude. He's the one who created the thing that Tracer uses to basically stay alive. He's an interesting character, and he needs more respect and more love. Come on, Blizzard. What are you going to do for us?
Just saying, I've never played as Winston either.
I give him like a 2.
Gameplay-wise, 2. Story and character-wise, 8.
I'll give him 10 for those glasses.
Then we have the last of the tank characters. We have Zarya. One of the most high-skilled characters in the game.
If you know how to play Zarya, which I've never played as either, you will wreck teams.
She actually doesn't take a whole lot of skill to play, just right timing with her abilities.
Timing's the most important thing with her.
Especially them bubbles.
The bubbles not so much. Her special, however, has to be placed right. But once that's placed right, you just dominate.
If you can find a good Zarya player, you're set.
Yeah, let's go to Korea.
I was going to say, did you watch the 17-year-old girl from, she was either Korea or like Japan or something?
Pretty sure it was Korea, but
it's her first time playing a shooter like this.
Mm-hmm.
And she just dominates with Zyra to the point where she's ranked among the top 5 players, even in the top 3 of that character.
That's crazy.
They did a stream because people thought she was cheating because of how quick her response was.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought her in, did a stream of her playing for an hour, and her ban was lifted because they realized she was not cheating at all. She was just that good, and it's her first time playing a game that's a shooter like this.
That's quite impressive, but not going to happen for everyone. I wish.
I would put her at a solid 6.
I don't like playing as her. She's just not my type of character. Give her a 4 or a 5.
I have not played as her, so okay.
Now, you want to really break her as a character? Do a custom match and make it so there are no cooldown times for your abilities. She breaks the game that way.
Well,
We're going to move on then to the support characters, and we're going to start off with the brand new character, Ana.
I've not played as her.
I haven't played as her yet, but after watching people play as her, with no downtime, she seems like she's got to be always on her toes, and you have to be really good at sniping, or you have to be really close to your team.
Absolutely. You have to, first of all, you need to be a good sniper to play as her. You do, which is why I don't really play as her that much. But she's a really good character and really, really well designed. And yes, she's a bit on the broken side right now, but she's new. You know, they got to make her attractive for people to actually try out. I think she's really good. And I think she's a really creative character. I mean, how many other games do you have with a healing sniper?
That was designed. The weapon was designed by 2 of the other characters in the game. So
I like her. I want to get good playing her, but I know she's really not my type of character. But I want to keep trying. I'd give her a 7 out of 10.
with what I've seen, I'd probably put her at probably about a 6.
Christian?
I'll give her a 7 just because when I saw that video, the intro video for her, that's legit, putting your enemies to sleep, buffing your friends from far away-ish. That's legit for a sniper. Healing sniper.
Next, we have one of the coolest characters in the game, Lucio.
He's awesome. I just have problems playing as him.
I'm pretty good playing as him. He's not
Are you?
my favorite. Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
I had one match where the match was just starting, and there was this guy in the chat being a complete dick, and everyone was kind of getting mad at him, and he yelled at me for not saving him by being near him when I was on the other side of the map protecting the rest of the team, right? And he's like, "Whoa, if you're going to play as Lucio, you better play good. You better be good, right?" So I went on to complete the game by healing 87% of the entire team's damage. He's fun. And, one of the things that really, really sets bad players of Lucio apart from good players, I see so many players who only use his healing and never switch back to speed. His speed is also really, really important. And also using a lot of players who are new to him forget to use his boost up. The thing that makes it so the healing or speed is increased temporarily. Very good. His special, or his ultimate, very, 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 very good in specific circumstances. Half the time, it's just kind of going to be pointless. So you need to know when to use that. He's fun. He can run on walls. In certain areas, you can infinitely run on walls with him, especially in some of the spawns. That's pretty cool. I like him quite a bit. What do you guys think?
I think he's a very viable character for any type of play. Just have him there with like another support character is very good. And in close quarters, you've seen that his ultimate is very, very helpful.
And he actually does pretty well offensively as well. I don't remember what it's called, but it's his secondary fire, the one that's almost like a shotgun blast of whatever his wave thing is.
Oh, sound waves?
Yep, the sound waves, the shotgun blast one. That is really, really effective. Not necessarily damage-wise, it's okay damage-wise, but it also pushes enemies back, which doesn't sound that important, but 1, you can knock people off ledges with it. 2, when people are coming at you, maybe to assault your team when you're playing defense, you can push them back and give your team just enough time to take them out before they do something harmful.
I mean, just have a whole team of Lucios and just save your ultimates.
He's pretty good. What would you guys rate him at?
It's concept and everything. I would give him probably a 5 just because I don't play him too often. But I do like what he can do.
I'd give him a 9. And part of that is also his character design is really, really nice. He's very distinct looking, and that's something I like. Christian?
7. Just because I played as him also. He's okay. I've had bad times with him too, but whatever.
All right. It's time now to move to my favorite character, Mercy.
Oh, have mercy on us, man.
Right now, 10 out of 10 or higher. Absolutely. I love playing as Mercy. With the preface that I used to play a lot of Team Fortress 2, and I played as the Doctor always, because I play support really well. And the thing with Mercy, players who aren't good as her stand around and stay in one spot. When you want to be good as Mercy, you need to be constantly moving from player to player to player, exactly where you're needed at all times. And the real test of skill with that is knowing where you're needed and not dying.
Or standing near a good Widowmaker and just damage buffing her so she can one burst people down.
Mm-hmm.
Or most people.
A lot of players who aren't very experienced with her rely on her healing only, but the attack boost is also really important.
And that pistol, though.
Oh. There have been so few times where I actually use the pistol. It kind of sucks. No, I'm sorry. It sucks, but it's really just there for emergencies. Because most of the time, there are very few cases where you won't be around other players on your team as her. You can get separated on occasion from them, and that's when you need that. But if you're separated from another player, but they're still in your line of sight, best thing to do is just fly away. Because she can't hold her own in a fight. She can't. Absolutely not. I don't think there's any character in the game she could 1v1 seriously compete against. I really like her, though. I mean, favorite character. I've played more hours of Overwatch as her than every other character combined.
I'll give her an 8 or a 9.
I'll give her a 6.9. You know where this is going.
She's pretty cool. Do you like her? I mean, you don't play as her, because when we play as a team, I'm always, playing.
She's very good support character. She's a very solid support character, hands down.
With Christian playing as Diva a lot, who really does benefit from having healing constantly, I do tend to hang around Christian a lot and help him out. Mm-hmm. Which actually works pretty well. Diva and Mercy do work well together. I mean, it's not the greatest combination. That's either Mercy and Pharah, or maybe even Mercy and Bastion. Those are really good combos.
You can always do the power boost, the damage boost, because Diva has infinite ammo, so it's just like a lot of damage dealt.
That's something we've done before, and that's fun.
Especially, what if when you have Diva out of her mech and her own pistol does a lot of damage, so if you damage boost that's very powerful.
Yeah, but you rarely get the chance to do a damage boost on that because, she kind of dies really easily when she's out of the mech.
Then just use Mercy's special ultimate, whatever.
Yes. How do you guys feel about the fact that she can revive anyone?
Nothing's better for a troll on your team alone than backing up, letting them all die, and then hitting your revive.
I have had times where I've done a quintuple revive, and the funny thing is most of the time people forget that they have a Mercy on the team who can do that, and they're just standing around like, wait, what?
Yeah, same happened to me. It's like, oh, I'm alive. Hello.
It really helps because, you've got a 5-second respawn time, right? Plus the amount of time it takes to get back into the action. That can really hurt in a lot of situations. But being able to just be back really helps.
And that especially comes back super fast as long as you keep healing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And she can carry a team easily, which is one of the reasons I really like her. If you have a skilled Mercy player on your team, you can win even if the rest of the team's kind of meh. Because no one's going to die.
Now, just having a whole team of Mercies, that wouldn't work at all.
No. No, what are you going to do? Like, have 4 of them just sit there with their pistols going, pew, pew, pew.
No, just damage buff one Mercy.
All of them damage buff a Mercy. She goes, pop, dead. I guess we should move on to Symmetra. Is that how you pronounce her name?
We'll go with that.
Symmetry.
Symmetry. Yeah.
Sure.
I've played it as her once or twice, and I admit I was kind of confused. I get what she does, but she's kind of complicated. Her teleporters are nice, right?
Right. But
Especially when you throw your friends.
drop them off an edge.
Oh, that's happened
But
to me before, and I was...
It's a directional teleporter, and I play on the console. I'm still trying to figure out how to rotate the thing. I've been trying to rotate it in one direction, even though it just pops you out the back end.
We are on PC over here, and that's not really an issue. So,
Her turrets are pretty nice, especially you can actually have a whole team as symmetry and have all the turrets out and do pretty well, but just gotta be careful and just make sure that your turrets are still up.
she's definitely someone I feel I could do well as, but I'd need more practice.
Just take a bit.
As for design and like character, I kind of find her to be one of the most boring characters in the game. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but she just doesn't really interest me like other characters.
She's less boring than some of the tanks.
I guess I don't really care for her very much, but I want to try and get better at her. So I'm going to give her a 5 for now. We'll come back a couple months later, see if I got good as her, and see if that changes, right?
They put her at about a 6.
Christian?
5 and 6.
All
It's okay character.
We are at our final character, and I have trouble with his name. Please forgive me.
Zenyatta.
Zenyatta is
That's how you say it.
Yeah, Zenyatta.
Okay, Zenyatta.
Stupid OP.
If you know how to use Zenyatta, yes, stupid OP.
Absolutely.
His damage buff will, you throw out the damage orb and instantly start throwing the other orbs, and you just rock people.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that his actual shot it does surprisingly good damage for what it is. It's decently fast. And most importantly, it has homing characteristics. So it can hone in on enemies. I mean, it doesn't hone in like crazy, but it does have some honing capabilities, which really actually helps it.
Especially when you charge his main attacks, just that's 5 quote unquote homing bullets coming to you.
If you have all the orbs up.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think he's really, really good, and we're really starting to see players who have become experts at him just absolutely wreck teams. He's very, very good and has some of the highest potential of any Overwatch character.
Especially if you play against the hard CPU with 2 of those on the hard CPU team, you can't even do anything.
Also, he is immune to Reinhardt's ultimate.
Oh yeah, he's always floating, right?
Yeah, because Reinhardt smashes the ground and causes a mini earthquake. He's floating up in the air. He can't be affected by that.
Using levitate from Pokemon.
Yep. I also really like his design. His design is one of the most interesting in Overwatch. Like, some of the characters in Overwatch are like, oh, Soldier 76, he kind of looks like this or kind of looks like that, right? I've never seen a character who looks like him.
Oh, he's kind of just like a robot, just like Bastion is.
Yeah, he's like a robot Hindu deity kind of thing. He definitely has that kind of inspiration to him of Hindu mythology and religion. It's interesting looking, right?
Right.
Jason? He's like, I don't know.
No, I do like his design quite a bit.
And he's effective, and he's good, and he's not good close up, though. That's probably his big weakness. He's definitely a medium range character. He doesn't want to be up right in, a Bastion's grill.
And then you got his ultimate. It's pretty interesting. What was it? It heals your friends around. And
it makes you immune to damage and heals everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely one of the coolest support characters. I like him. I'm probably going to start playing as him more, but, can't top Mercy in my eyes. So that's everyone, at least right now. Hopefully, this episode won't become outdated because they suddenly surprise release another character before this episode.
So that Sombra character.
No.
So the other one was Doomfist that potentially they're talking about.
I'm excited for some more characters, and they've shown with Ana that they can handle adding characters to the game.
It's Blizzard.
It's Blizzard, that is true. Blizzard knows how to add content to keep things fresh, and as excited I am for characters, I'm more excited to get some new maps into the game.
I also want to see more of the backstories.
Absolutely. And seriously, a campaign mode would be pretty cool.
What if they're just gonna add one character for each? What is it? I forgot the name.
Each class?
Each class, or is it just gonna be more like 2 or 3 for each
just
class?
add one offense, one defense, and one tank character.
Yeah.
Well, from the sound of it, Sombra is going to be closer to like the McCree or the Reaper. And if they do add in somebody like Doomfist, he's probably more like a tank.
Right.
So it seems like they are adding into each of the categories.
So that means we're missing a defense character.
Right.
Everyone, place your bets on what it's going to be.
Just a giant wall.
Thank you guys. This was really fun. I think we really shared some insight on what we like in characters and what we don't. Are there any characters you guys want to get better as? Because for me, it's definitely some of the support characters I have not played very much of yet.
Tracer. I would like to get better as Tracer. That's a very fun character, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure Jason and I are, at this point, both experts when it comes to Tracer, right?
As best as I can be.
So,
I mean, I'm not overly great at shooters, but as far as characters go, Tracer is easily my best played character.
Overwatch. Do we agree that Overwatch is one of the best games of the year?
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best balanced shooter right out the gate that I've played.
Better than Mighty Number 9.
And one thing I was really surprised with, I've been playing, since launch day until the day that this episode was recorded. You'll never know when.
Recorded today.
I don't want to jinx it, but I've never once had a server issue. That's impressive. Good job, Blizzard.
I had a lot of problems with lag at some point. I thought it was my internet. It turns out it's just other people with bad connections screwing up mine.
Well, maybe you shouldn't play on console. All right. Thank you, guys. This was really fun. You guys ready for some outro stuff?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. If you guys listening or watching, because we're on video now.
Overwatching.
Whoa, overwatching. Enjoyed this episode of the Gaming Buzz podcast. Please share it on Facebook or Twitter with your friends. Or you can even submit a show review, right? Yeah? Show reviews are nice. We really appreciate them. You can get all the information for doing that at gamingbuzz.com/27. Gaming Buzz is a proud member of Newsmakers Podcast Network, an ever-growing network of podcasts covering many entertainment and business topics. Check them out at npcn.tv. And as always, I'm Jacob.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Jason.
Thanks for watching or listening. Bye.
Did you like that? Of course you did. You can get more at gamingbuzz.com. Let us know what else you want by connecting with us on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube.